it's really called football.
Soccer?
The creators called it football.
Soccer?
You know, you play it with your feet,
Reading between the headlines. Soccer?
but it's really called football.
Soccer?
Hello, football fans, and welcome back to Reading Between the Headlines. I'm Asaf Nisim, your host for another episode of Peruse the News. We keep making them the live show, and I mean me, where we, as in me, catch up on the latest Chelsea news together, maybe some world football more broadly, and of course, where we live football and prosper as one should. Now, before we continue, if you are new to the channel or if you've just been a lurker until now, why not like the stream, possibly, more importantly, subscribe to the channel so you can come back and find us and hit the bell to know when we go live if that so pleases you, because this channel, while small, so tiny, so lovely, so needing of nurturing, it has so much potential. It is always growing. We're always getting new subscribers. And while slow, it is definitely happening. And it excites the heck out of me. I can tell you that much. So why not subscribe to the channel, help us grow, and engage by joining the team on the live stream. Now, on the docket for today, firstly, from the Daily Mail, as you could see in the thumbnail/caption, agent cleared of sending former Chelsea director Marina Granovskaya a threatening email, launches multi-million-pound lawsuit against her and club over fees he claims he is owed. Okay, next we have from the Chelsea Chronicle, Chelsea were not convinced signing £400,000 a week striker would be an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson. We'll find out if we agree with them. I don't know, £400,000 a week doesn't sound like I'd want to spend that on any player, to be honest. Next, another one from the Chelsea Chronicle. This 20-year-old Chelsea loanee is the highest rated player in his position in Europe this season. That is definitely clickbait of the highest order, but we'll have to find out. From the Daily Mail, Mark Cucurella reveals a Chelsea teammate attempted to clear the air between him and Erling Haaland after Spaniards Euro 2024 chant. That is certainly appealing, and we will be looking and hearing that chant here on the channel. Then from ESPN, we have two stories, short stories. Conor McGallagher, regards Chelsea highly despite Messi exit. What a class act. What a champion. I gotta say, love the boy. Sorry to see him go, but you know, that's old news. Also, Chelsea's majority shareholder, Clearlake Capital, not selling. There's been a lot of drama in the news. If you Google it for 3 seconds, you'll find all these articles about Chelsea perhaps. There's this, well, we'll talk about it, but there's drama amongst the administration, the owners, the shareholders, if you will, and somebody might sell. Todd Bowley might sell. Well, we'll find out what's the newest on that, but ESPN apparently reporting that Chelsea's majority shareholder at Clearlake is not selling. As a bonus, per usual, if we have any time, maybe we'll stock some of our favorite Chelsea player Instagrams before we close up shop. That is always fun. The comments can always be fun, I'll tell you that much. But before we get into the first article, let's take a look at the live stream's last poll results. In particular relation to the unclaimed, uncemented left-wing position. I asked you folks, you fine folks on the stream, who of these players will have the biggest impact for Chelsea this season? As you can see, every single person voted for Pedro Neto, amongst Mykhailo Mudryk, Jadon Sancho, Joao Felix. I can't say I disagree. It does seem like Neto, when he does touch the ball, he didn't really touch the ball last fixture, but it does seem like he's the sharpest out of the bunch there, although we haven't really seen Jadon Sancho yet. We have seen him, however, at Borussia Dortmund. We've seen him more recently at Manchester United. it seems like that relationship was not exactly the most tension free, seemed to be a bit of a toxic situation. And is it the player? I wonder. I keep mentioning this. I don't like having toxic players in the locker room. Like Romelu Lukaku just seems like a toxic player. I don't want around. Wherever he goes, the well just gets poisoned, it seems. But Jadon Sancho, maybe it's just Manchester United. He's coming back to London. He's back in London, his hometown. He grew up with, as reported by the Daily Mail, as reported by several periodicals, he grew up idolizing players like Didier Drogba and Frank Lampard. So maybe this is a match made in heaven. It seems it definitely was a good deal for Chelsea, although the bad deal coming on the Sterling end, which we've talked about at length, us paying £10 million for his wages this season to play at Arsenal. What a pain in the ass. What a seemingly very stupid deal to make with our London rivals. But we're not talking about that today as much. That is something that is going on, and it is water under the bridge. That is what it is. But the question is, out of those four, I would, the only person I would say it's possible Joao Felix is going to come up big and really start realizing his full potential at Chelsea. He didn't last time, so I think that sort of cuts against that narrative. But possibly Jadon Sancho will show up. There's always the possibility that Mudryk does something and starts, doing what Zinchenko said he could do, which be this sort of total killer of a player, right? I'm trying to think of an adjective that works really well there, but didn't come up with it. We went with killer. Okay, the point is that the other ones could. The only one I really see possibly holding a candle over this season is maybe Jadon Sancho. Gives us a little bit of something else that nobody else does. But it makes sense that everybody voted for Pedro Neto on the last stream. So that being said, we move on to this stream's poll. Today's poll, we were going to throw it on there. And the poll is, should Enzo Maresca experiment with playing Christopher Nkunku down the middle instead of Nicholas Jackson? There's a lot of people talking about this. I'm probably one of them. It's an interesting one. If you start doing that as Enzo Maresca, right, it seems that you're giving up on Jackson. Maybe that hurts his confidence. Maybe you do it in a cup game or something, but on the other hand, like you might want to use those cup games to give your striker some confidence. Get Mark Guiu in there in the mix, performing at his top level. We know he's a highly talented youngster from La Masia Academy in Barcelona. So it's like, how is Maresca going to play it? But again, a lot of people are saying Nkunku is sharper than Jackson, and his best position is down the middle, whether it be in the hole at the 10 spot or at the 9 spot where Jackson is. So that is my poll for you today. And the answers I have you to choose from are yes, no, those are two obvious ones, stick with Jackson, or the third option, I'm just going to throw it out there because he has played there as well, and it's possible that people want to see that. Probably not as likely. Prefer Joao Felix there. I mean, there's a lot of competition over at... what's going on here? Why is it not allowing me to start the poll? Too many? Oh, I got too many here. Should Maresca. Let's just say Maresca. Oh, it's still too many. All right. Then we'll do this. We'll just not say Christopher Nkunku. We'll just say Nkunku. That way that'll work. Right. So should Maresca experiment with playing Nkunku down the middle instead of Nicholas Jackson? As I said, some people might prefer Joao Felix there just because he's done it before. And, why not throw it in the poll, see if anybody wants to vote for that. And now we will engage that poll. Let's go. Okay. And that'll stay up for the remainder of the stream. And we will see how that ends up and definitely post the results next. I mean, you could see the results, but we'll post them on the next stream. And we'll see how that turns out because that's an interesting question over there. Just want to check my microphone, see if it's working. Yeah, because I have done a full stream without my microphone on, which is always fun. Then it's like, oh God, what did I just waste my life on? We're early doors. We're early doors. Really, this is episode 11 of this live stream. Yeah, we've done I have done lots of videos in the past, shorts, all sorts of. I used to do like a comedy show, which was fun. And maybe I'll get to it eventually, but at the moment I'm trying to work within my means, whatever life offers me the time to do. And if this show actually gains the subscribers, it is gaining subscribers, it is gaining attention. But if it actually gets to a certain level where I can monetize it a little bit, then I can certainly spend more time doing those comedy shows, which I just love and people really liked. I mean, if you look at the views on the channel, there are tens of thousands, over 150,000 views. The early content got a lot of those, and I think comedy just does it, and comedy definitely floats my boat, so I think it floats other people's boats as well. But let's get into it now that we've gotten past the poll. Get to the first headline. And as I said, the headline is pertaining to recent legal action that was taken from this agent. He was an agent of, his name is Saif al-Rubi, and he was at trial. He was being sued by or prosecuted over potential threatening email to Marina Granovskaya. God bless Marina Granovskaya. I mean, if you're a real Chelsea fan, you know she put in work for this club, right? For many years under Roman Abramovich, and we were swimming with her, really. People really respected her. She worked in tandem with Peter Cech, among other people, Bruce Buck. I don't know how warm people feel with Bruce Buck, but he was there. But so before we get onto that first headline from the Daily Mail describing the legal action being taken against Chelsea from him, I wanted to look from Saif al-Rubi. I wanted to look at an article from The Guardian that details somewhat the original case against this guy, Saif al-Rubi, from Marina Granovskaya. Because it has some details there, and I want to pull that up. So yeah, so I'll grab that, and it's gonna be just about here. As you can see, this headline was Kia Jorbichan accosted by debt collectors working for agent Saif al-Rubi, the court was told. Okay, so this is important with regards to, because I think it's important to see what the case was. One of the Premier League's best known football agents was confronted by about 12 debt collectors at his office and separately relieved of his expensive watch at a restaurant as part of an effort to put pressure on him into repaying money, Southwark Crown Court has heard. And remember, this is 4 months old, this article. At this point, having heard what you just heard, what I just said, and what's written right there, as you could see on the screen, this guy has already been cleared of threatening or menacing emails towards Granovskaya. But this is what he was already doing to this guy, Kia Jorbichan, whose clients have included Carlos Tevez, Javier Mascherano, and Philippe Coutinho, was accosted by associates of another agent, Saif al-Rubi, as part of efforts to, quote, intimidate him into handing over bundles of cash, the jury was told. Okay, these are allegations. The jury was told these things. The supposed incident was relayed to the court as al-Rubi stood trial for a separate alleged threat, which has resulted in him being charged with sending an electronic communication with intent to cause distress or anxiety. This is the one we're talking about, to Marina Granovskaya, Chelsea's director of football when the club was owned by the Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich. The message to Granovskaya was sent as al-Rubi pursued payment for what he claims was his role in the transfer of the France defender Kurt Zouma from Chelsea to West Ham in 2021, a deal for which he says he was owed about £300,000 in fees, and that will pertain to the newest news on this situation. On 22nd of May 2022, al-Rubi sent an email chasing Granovskaya for payment, which appeared to also reference the Jorbichan incident. The jury was told it read. She must have shown them in the evidence. I mean, why wouldn't you? So that's a little weird. Quote, in summary, you owe me and my partners $300,000, which needs to get paid ASAP. If Chelsea don't pay it, then that debt will be on you to pay. I am done trying to be nice to you. I look forward to hearing from you on the above matters and hopefully have a swift solution to them. Otherwise, I guess I will see you when I see you. I'm sure you've heard the story about your other friend, Kaya, that other agent, when he owed me money for a year and how he ended up paying it. The watch stolen? Wouldn't want you to be in the same situation just because you have a personal issue with me. Okay. When asked how the message made her feel, Granovskaya told the court, quote, very uncomfortable would be an understatement. I felt threatened, physically threatened. Well, yeah, the guy was accosted by, like, what did they say? 12 debt collectors at his office, and they literally swiped the watch off of him in a restaurant or whatever it was. That sounds to me bad, and she must have evidence of that. Why would she just tell the jury of that? It's an electronic email. It's not like it goes away. You have evidence of that. So the idea is that she probably did. How did this guy get cleared? I think this is before he was cleared. Well, let's keep reading. But how do you get cleared from that? I mean, that's obviously threatening. Prosecutor Arizuna Asante told jurors that Granovskaya had previously said to Al-Rubi that if Zuma sold for more than 30 million euros, he would receive a commission. But the prosecution told jurors there was nothing binding about those exchanges because it was pre-contract. There is a further dispute between the prosecution and the defense regarding the exact value of the Zuma transfer, although Granovskaya told the court that West Ham paid Chelsea £29 million, including add-ons. When the sale completed, a so-called deal sheet was created. We know about those. That outlined intermediaries working on the transfer and was signed by Zuma. Al-Rubi's name was not on the document, the jury heard, with the defense barrister Matthew Radstone telling Granovskaya, you cut him out, didn't you? Granovskaya replied, that's not how I see it. Radstone also suggested that Granovskaya's security detail did not raise any concerns about the email when they subsequently met with Al-Rubi in Dubai. So if you see the email, then the email's there, right? Granovskaya worked for Abramovich in Russia before coming to London with the oligarch after he acquired Chelsea in 2003. She left the club in 2022. We know about that when Abramovich sold the club after he was placed under sanction by the UK Foreign Office after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Al-Rubi denies he is guilty of the offense contrary to the Malicious Communications Act 1988. The case continues. Well, we already know the outcome of the case, and that is here, as you'll see. Just get that a little bit more. Yep. So he was cleared of sending former Chelsea director Marina Granovskaya a threatening email. Launches multi-million-pound lawsuit against her and the club over fees he claims he is owed. So all that you heard there, which sounded pretty damning, turned out to, by the courts, not be all that damning, I guess. So just take a sip here. The story continues. The agent, cleared of sending a threatening email to former Chelsea director Marina Granovskaya, has lodged a lawsuit against her and the club. How it was cleared, I don't know, but maybe we'll never know. Saif Al-Rubi has filed a multi-million-pound claim with the London Circuit Commercial Court over fees he alleges are still owed to him as part of Kurt Zuma's £30 million transfer from the Blues to West Ham in August 2021. Al-Rubi was found not guilty of malicious communications 4 months ago at Southwark Crown Court, with Granovskaya criticizing the, quote, ugly side of football. The intermediary was charged with a single count of sending an electronic communication with an intent to cause distress after emailing Granovskaya on May 22nd, 2022, over a payment of £300,000 he believes he was owed from Zuma's move. Okay. He denied he had threatened to cause distress and broke down in tears after the verdict, admitting that his life had been hell during the case. Well, bro, maybe you don't send such emails, but maybe he has a legitimate gripe. I mean, maybe they did cut him out after being part of the dealings, but these people, they're just, these agents, they're just little money hungry little pains in the ass, aren't they? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not in that. Maybe he really did deserve something out of that, but okay, moving on. Ruby has now said Chelsea owners should, quote, right this wrong over the alleged outstanding payment, and mentioned Todd Bowley and Bedad Egbali by name, even though they had nothing to do with this, but they are the owners of Chelsea now, and they do have the money, right? Al Ruby told The Telegraph, the last 2.5 years have been incredibly difficult. As a fan of Chelsea and having had a productive business relationship with the club over a number of years, I am saddened I have been forced to take this step. It's my sincere hope that we will be able to reach a resolution to this issue that is long overdue. Quote, I am hopeful that Todd Bowley, Bedad Egbali, and Chelsea will take the action necessary to right this wrong and close this chapter so that all parties can move on. In other words, give me that money, bro. I know you got it. I'm owed this money since 2021. Marina screwed me over. Let's go, boys. You're the new dogs in town. I want to see that money, so I'm suing y'all. Al Ruby said after his acquittal that he was owed 10 times the £300,000 commission he had demanded from Granovskaya over Zuma's transfer to West Ham 3 years ago. Indeed, the jury during the trial heard that he had worked on the understanding that as an intermediary, he's not even the agent, apparently. He's an intermediary, although you could argue an agent is an intermediary. He would receive a commission on any fee worth more than 30 million euros. The £300,000 was actually an amount that I was willing to accept when I didn't know all of the facts, and the truth of the transfer fee was hidden away from me, Ruby told TalkSport during an interview live on the radio. Okay, be interested to hear that interview, I guess. Maybe we'll check it out. That was with TalkSport. We'll just open that up. Yeah. The judge in the trial established all of the facts, thank God. The law of the land is above any law, and I'm just glad that that has vindicated everything that I've had to go through, and the facts were black and white. Well, I don't know. I mean, it did sound like you threatened them, but I guess the court decided that you hadn't. You could have just instead, filed the lawsuit for those monies at the time instead of threatening in an email. But I guess, who am I to judge? The court decided. On whether he would pursue an amount worth millions of pounds, he added, like I said, my lawyers will be dealing with that, plus the interest, plus the rest. This guy wants that money. After the not guilty verdict was handed down earlier this year, Granovskaya released a statement which read, coming to court to give evidence in the Crown's case against Mr. Al Ruby was an extremely difficult decision. I am an intensely private person, we know that. But I was willing to do my part to ensure that no one else, particularly no woman, was ever made to feel as I did upon receiving his email, a feeling this trial has revived. I was also minded to testify as I received messages of support from colleagues and associates in football following news of Mr. Al Ruby's arrest, including some who have had dealings with him over the years. Al Ruby sent the email in question in May 2022, shortly before Granovskaya was placed on gardening leave, whatever that means, at Chelsea after the club's high-profile takeover. He was arrested at Heathrow after arriving on a flight from Brussels in September 2022. There are things I miss about football, my colleagues and counterparts, including some wonderful and decent agents, the players, the spirit of Chelsea, and, of course, winning trophies, Granovskaya's statement added. I gotta say, I miss her. I miss Marina because that was a better time for our administration. Let's be real. Right now, there's a lot of crap circulating, a lot of questionable decisions people are not happy about, people are confused about, surely. I mean, we'll see how it all works out. So far, no trophies, right? And complete chaos, but seemingly overpaid players, but there's also a lot of narratives floating out there. One thing I do not miss, she says, is the difficult and ugly side of football. I will not be making any further comment. Miss you, Marina. The malicious communication accusation specifically related to a section of an email from Ruby that referred to an alleged incident involving agent Kia Jorbichan. We just talked about that. We just had that up on screen. He was accosted, as per his statement. He was accosted by 12 separate agents at his office, and he was held up basically in a restaurant, and his watch was taken from him. So, and basically, this Al Ruby said, "You don't want what happened to Kia Jorbachan to happen to you, Marina," in the email, and apparently that wasn't threatening enough for the court. It seems. Quote, "I'm sure you've heard the story about your other friend," here they say it actually, "your other friend, Kia, who, when he owed me money for a year, and how he ended up paying it with the watch. Wouldn't want you to be in the same situation just because you have a personal issue with me," the message read. Granovskaya has not commented on the development. Again, that does seem pretty threatening to me, but apparently it did not meet the legal threshold for being a threatening email for Marina. I don't get how that's possible. That seems pretty ridiculous, but that is the case. Here's the Talk Sport interview with this guy. I don't know if I want to go through this whole thing, hearing his entire testimony. He did get they said he wasn't guilty. That is that. Maybe we'll pick it up, but at the moment, I think we'll leave it at that. Before we move on to the next article, I'm just going to remind y'all, if you're new to the channel, if you've just been coming back and lurking, why not like the stream? More importantly, subscribe to the channel so you can check up on us and hit the notification bell. I'm not exactly the notification bell hitter on YouTube, but this is a channel that goes live a lot lately, so why not hit the bell if you want to know when we go live? Usually it's 8 p.m. on weekdays. I wouldn't say most weekdays, but 3-4 weekdays a week minimum. But if you hit the bell, takes all the guesswork out of it. It'll remind you. It'll notify you when we are live, and by we I mean me, but also you, because the chat is open. Love to hear from you guys. We do have people coming in here and commenting and getting into some real heated discussions. I love it. We got some trolls, we got some channel trolls, you could say, but that is the way things are. So let's move on to the next article here. Next article, let me pull that up. Here we go. Chelsea were not convinced signing £400,000 a week striker would be an upgrade on Nicholas Jackson. Okay. So here we go. Chelsea made it clear on deadline day which position on the pitch they were considering upgraded. We all know what happened there. It was certainly the striker position, and it didn't end up happening. Right? The Blues were pushing to bring in a striker, with their efforts centering around an attempt to sign Victor Osimhen. Chelsea ultimately walked away from the chance to sign Osimhen the final moments of the window after it was determined they couldn't get a deal done on their terms. It does seem pretty silly because the guy ended up wanting huge wages. He was already making pretty big wages in the area of 300,000 euros a week at Napoli, and this administration is obviously not into the high wage schedule, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense how that got dragged out all the way to deadline day, but it did. So Chelsea ultimately walked away from the chance to sign Osimhen the final moments of the window after it was determined they couldn't get a deal done on their terms. Another forward they were looking at signing throughout the summer, although particularly in the final few days of the window, was Ivan Toney. The England international eventually moved to Saudi Arabia, with him set to earn in the region of £400,000 a week. That's the whole story, I guess. Now, Chelsea it's not entirely. Chelsea didn't think Ivan Toney was an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson. Now, that's definitely debatable. Maybe I'll put that in the next stream's poll, but I don't know. I think Ivan Toney is definitely an upgrade. Is it a huge upgrade to Nicholas Jackson? If he was asking for £400,000 like they're saying in this article, I don't know if that's true. He was making like nowhere near that at Brentford. So we could even check that out over here. Ivan Toney wages. If I pull up Capology, yeah. So, yeah, right now he's making a ton of money. I mean, right now he's making like 612,000 euros per week. But at Brentford, I doubt he was making anywhere near that. Does it even say? Their entire weekly pay. Okay. They're not showing that here. Okay, here it is. Yeah, at Brentford, he was making like 24,000 euros a week. And that must be the biggest leap in salary, honestly. 24,000 euros at Brentford to 612,000 euros at Saudi Arabia. And as it looks over here that Chelsea were he was looking to get from Chelsea, because obviously Chelsea is a preferable destination to Saudi Arabia. He was looking to get £400,000, which is insane. For that money, I wouldn't pay for him either, but certainly he does seem like an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson, given his experience in the Premier League, the kinds of goals he's scored, and the amount of goals he's scored. I mean, I don't know, actually. Maybe the amount is not, because Nicholas Jackson did score a decent amount of goals last season. Let's take a look real quick at how many goals Nicholas Jackson scored last season for Chelsea. We'll pull that up over here. Okay, so should have his, yeah. So season Chelsea 23-24. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty darn good return, you have to say. It's not a fantastic return, but for a first season at a club, having 17 goals in 44 matches is pretty darn good. And then this season, as you know, thus far, he's had 4 games and 2 goals for Chelsea. So that's a 50% return, not terrible. So really, and Ivan Toney, actually let's see what Ivan Toney scored. Ivan Toney last season for Brentford. Here we go. It's a different beast, obviously, but for Brentford, yeah, he only scored. Yeah, he scored 4 in 17 matches, but the season before that, he scored 21 in 35 matches. Now, they were in the Premier League at the time. Yeah, 20 goals in 33 matches. Yeah, I tend to think that, yes, Ivan Toney would have been an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson. I'm sorry. Just in terms of pure goals, not for that money, but just in terms of pure goals, yeah, I think you can honestly say that Ivan Toney would have been an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson, just on pure return, not in terms of the money paid. But okay, Chelsea said that they didn't think that he would be, and it's understandable. That is the report. Is it true? We'll never know, maybe. Or maybe we will know. But okay, so we move on. We move on to the next article here. And the next article is 20-year-old Chelsea loanee is the highest rated player in his position in Europe this season. I mean, who the heck could that possibly be? But we'll find out. I already know, to be fair. I read this one. Okay, we move there. Chelsea again have a number of players who are looking to prove their worth out on loan this season. The size of the squad Enzo Maresca was handed when he walked into Stamford Bridge was clearly too big to maintain, and both senior players as well as youngsters were moved on for temporary spells away. There was more hope in some than others to break into the first team. The likes of Raheem Sterling seemed to have no way back in West London despite finding a move to Arsenal. Yeah, well, he's a loanee. It is the younger contingent the Blues will be keeping the closest eye on this season, and they will be more than impressed with what they have seen from one player in the early weeks of the season. Andre Santos, whom I really don't know much about him, to be honest, but Andre Santos made the move to Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a sister club. It is owned by Clear Lake, or one of their subsidiaries, for the campaign, despite there being hope amongst some that he could be part of the first team for the current season. Okay, I don't know too much about him if I'm honest, but yeah, the fact that he went to Strasbourg, a lot we're doing a lot of business with them. There is a lot of talk, and we've talked about this on the show. There's a lot of talk of sort of like wheeling and dealing between Chelsea, Clear Lake, and their subsidiaries like Strasbourg and other companies they own. Selling those two hotels for, although I guess the FA or whatever governing body is responsible for that, have said that was a fair market value sale for both of those hotels, as reports have conveyed. So there's really not much you could say there. It was a fair market sale as far as this governing body is concerned. So is it wheeling and dealing? Who knows? But they're having to do that, and it makes sense, because they got to sort of move those funds. And if you're smart, you'll pay basically the most amount that you can afford to from the other companies or club or whatever, because we are in a PSR situation here at Chelsea. So you'd imagine that they want to balance the books. That's been one of the big things that Clear Lake and the new owners have been trying to do, is balance the books. So you have a situation where like Manchester City with their subsidiaries from the group that owns them, and doing deals with, I remember, Frank Lampard and NYCFC, and all sorts of deals basically between those two clubs and other companies owned by the investment group. So here, Andre Santos is the highest rated center midfielder in Europe, according to Who Scored. Santos was named in the Team of the Week for Ligue 1 for his last performance. However, the statistics suggest that he has been even better than just that. So we'll just pull that up. Team of the Week. I want to see the Team of the Week. Okay, so Team of the Month. And you have Santos here. Right here. Ashraf Hakimi, Diakite, Pacho, Jacobs in the back line. Andre Santos right there with the highest rating among these midfielders, but apparently that stretches beyond France. Neves from Wolverhampton. Zaire Emery, Dembele, Blas. Nobody knows these players because nobody watches the French league. But yeah. According to Who Scored, the Brazilian has the highest average rating in European football for a central midfielder this season so far. Andre Santos is the highest rated central midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues so far this season. I think it's worth, let's see these replies. Yeah, why not? Let's check them out. Check if there's any interesting comments here. I would have just played him instead of buying KDH. Top talent. CF Chris, KDH, Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, interesting. Might walk into Chelsea starting lineup next season. Super talented from this guy, Peter Not Drury, who's on a lot of stuff. Stamford Bridge up next. Wow, Andre Santos is on fire. The 20-year-old Brazilian midfielder is dominating Europe's top 5 leagues with a stellar rating of 8.14, this guy is reading the same article we are probably. His impressive performance has earned him the top spot among central midfielders. Keep shining, Andre. Seems like a AI reply there, like a bot situation. I've always believed in Andre Santos' talent. He's coming back straight into Chelsea's starting lineup. This guy, Santos, Estevao, Kendry, makes sense. We've been seeing a lot about Estevao and Kendry, the two 17-year-olds out of South America. Estevao out of Palmeiras in Brazil, and Kendry out of Independiente in Ecuador. If I'm not mistaken, that's the name of the club. What a player, incredible. That's national team call-up is coming soon, top player. This guy will come back and become a mainstay in our midfield. Enzo might be the one to move if he didn't perform this season. If he doesn't perform this season, the guy's a baller, another gem on Chelsea's list, and hopefully we won't have to sell him. Caicedo, start learning Arabic, buddy. All right, we'll give that one. That's a funny one. So we'll repost that one. By the way, this is my Twitter. Reading Between the Headlines is the handle. Check it out. I've been using it more often because of this show. What could have been? Didn't get many opportunities to show his talents in Nottingham last season. Didn't even know he was there, but I guess he was. He's getting sold next season, this guy thinks. Yeah. Chelsea FC, keep track. Super talented. I've always believed in him. Be gone, oh Caicedo. Poor Caicedo. Poor Caicedo. Next season, mad stunts. Santos, Esteval, Paez. Wake me up, blood. Yeah. A lot of people seem to think this guy is the next big thing, Andre Santos. And he, as this article says, he is the top rated central midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues. So let's hope that Chelsea is able to keep him and that we bring him back. And next season, he's at Strasbourg. He's at the sister companies on loan there, as we said, Petrovic and other players from Chelsea. So that's that. Let's hope that that pans out for us. Okay, so we'll say goodbye to that article. Reminder, if you're in here, to like, subscribe, hit the bell to know when we go live. Yes, that rhymes. I was a rapper in my past life. No, I wasn't. Not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. But yeah, do so, especially if you are a regular lurker. Why not subscribe? Grow the channel. Engage in the chat. Let's get things going. The channel's growing, and I'm excited. Wow, I'm rhyming a lot. Let's get things going. The channel's growing. Okay, moving on to the next article, which is Marc Cucurella. Marc Cucurella reveals a Chelsea teammate attempted to clear the air between him and Erling Haaland after Spaniards Euro 2024 chant. I hadn't seen this story, but it's here. Marc Cucurella has revealed that a Chelsea teammate attempted to clear the air with Erling Haaland after the defender made a chant about the Manchester City striker. In the aftermath of being part of Spain Euro 2024 winning squad, Cucurella's infamous celebrations included a song, which we will listen to, which referenced the Manchester City striker, saying that Haaland trembles when he catches sight of the Chelsea defender, as if Haaland was really involved in the Euro Cup. But okay, I guess that's his song. But it was the goal-scoring behemoth who had the last laugh last month when Haaland bullied past his man to score the first of his campaign and helped Manchester City claim a 2-0 victory at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, let's be real. Haaland won that game for City. Yeah, it was 2-0 in the end, but Haaland had the great, excellent sort of piece of individual work and a great finish. And then they scored again later on, but that goal changed the game. So yeah, it could have been a different story if he didn't make that happen. Cucurella says the incident was taken out of context. Could it be really? I mean, but insisted he would do it again before revealing Cole Palmer attempted to be a peacemaker. Yeah, former City man. Speaking to Efe, Cucurella said, a lot of attention was given to the song, and these things happen. This is it. Why don't we check it out now? Just go for it. Yeah, pull that down. Got it right here. It's pretty short. Here we go.
Cucucucurea, se come una paella. Cucucucurea, se bebe una estrella. Jala tiembla,
There it
que
is.
viene cucurea. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
How could that be taken out of context, really? I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, that's what happened. It's hilarious. I'm glad he didn't back down. I'm glad he was just like, yeah, do it again. That shit is hilarious. Okay. I'm not backing off of this. He says, I'm very happy, and I think that if someone has a song sung with his name, it is because he is a top player or a world star. The name of a player who is not known would not be used. Okay, yeah. everyone is happy because he scored, and I'm still just as happy to win the Euro. I would do it again. These things happen, and that is all. In the end, in England, they took it a little out of context, and I don't think he understood it either, Holland. He read what they said and took it a little personally. Nowadays, people take things very personally, but then they had some awards, and my colleague Cole Palmer asked him about me, and that was it. It was just an anecdote. The whole chant, which we just saw, I guess I should pronounce it like he does, which Kukurea repeated goes, Kuku Kukurea, he eats paella, Kuku Kukurea, he drinks Estella. Holland, you'd better tremble as Kukurea is coming. I mean, I can take that out of context. I still don't get it. Eagle-eyed fans even noted that Holland ignored Kukurea when he went down with cramp during the later stages of the match between Chelsea and City. Ah, look at that. Ooh, Kukurea. I hope he's better. When asked about Kukurea after the game, the Norwegian said, well, Kukurea is a funny man. Last season, he asked for my shirt, and this summer, he sings a song about me. However, the elder Holland, Alfie, speaking to Mailsport at the PFA Awards, was adamant that his son had taken the chant in good stead. I think it's just a little bit of fun, Holland Sr. said of the chant, which Kukurea sang with gusto during his team's raucous celebrations in Madrid. We think he's a good player, and he is a funny person. It's just a little bit of banter. I think Erling likes it. Was it with, was Gusto next to him? Was Malo Gusto next to him? I didn't notice that. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's because close up.
Cucucucurea, se come una paella. Cucucucurea, se bebe una estrella.
I don't see Malo Gusto.
Jala tiembla, que viene cucurea. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
There's no Malo Gusto there, but okay, so that's that. All right, I guess we move on from that. The next article we're looking at is here. Conor Gallagher, top boy. What's this? Conor Gallagher. Oh, yeah, this is Gallagher coming in. This is his introduction to the Atletico Madrid fans.
Hola, no hablo mucho.
No habla.
Estoy muy feliz. Atleti.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute, but that was terrible pronunciation. And Julian Alvarez. Okay. So ex-Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher said he only has positive things to say about his time at Chelsea despite his tumultuous exit during the summer transfer window. What a class act. I mean, it was a sad day. Gallagher signed with Atletico Madrid in August after turning down three offers of a 2-year contract extension with a club option to add a further year after many teammates were given much longer contract extensions. Yeah, there was talk about that in another ESPN article that Chelsea have been giving all of these really super long contracts to all these players. Caicedo, 8.5 years. I think Romeo Lavia, 7 years. Enzo Fernandez, 8 years. Cole Palmer just recently got a huge 8 or 9 year extension. Nicholas Jackson got an 8 or 9 year extension recently. So at the time, obviously, I didn't know that Gallagher was actually turning down 3 offers of a 2-year contract extension of various. I mean, why not? I mean, why would you take it that personally? Just take that contract. But maybe he just wanted to go, to be fair. So maybe it's less sad or less of a vindictive situation for Gallagher, which is what is evidenced here in this article by ESPN. Gallagher signed with Atletico Madrid in August after turning down, we just read that. The England international turned down 3 offers of a 2-year contract extension with a club option to add a further year after many teammates were giving much longer contract extensions. At his boyhood club under manager Mauricio Pochettino, Gallagher proved himself as a pivotal player for Chelsea, but failed to prove his worth in the eyes of new manager Enzo Maresca. Speaking in a news conference ahead of England's National League game against the Republic of Ireland, the 24-year-old refused to criticize Chelsea's handling of his exit, says, "Honestly, with Chelsea, I have only got good things to say. I leave Chelsea with really special memories. The dream came true, so I am very lucky," Gallagher said. Subsequently, Atletico are yet to lose in the season's La Liga campaign with the help of Gallagher. However, there have been suggestions that Gallagher left Chelsea due to a lack of technicality in play to complement Maresca's style. Yeah, well, he is more of that type of player. It doesn't seem that way. He does seem to have a technical. I mean, what is Dewsbury Hall more technical than Conor McGregor? I don't think so. So that's pretty silly. It doesn't seem correct at all. Subsequently, we read that. He says this, Gallagher, "I don't think that's true personally," the midfielder said. "I think last season I had a good season with Chelsea, and you could see by Pochettino playing me every game and showing his trust in me. And the fans appreciated what I did on the pitch. I'm very grateful for all of that, and very thankful to the fans, and very thankful to Pochettino for giving me that platform to go and express myself and show the best version of myself at Chelsea." Seems pretty self-explanatory there. So the next article from ESPN here. As you can see, Chelsea's majority shareholder, Clearlake Capital, is not selling, sources. This comes off the back of what I will show. I mean, you just look at these headlines here, and you just type in Chelsea news, and all the headlines are Chelsea FC's backers, Clearlake and Todd Bowley weigh ownership options, Chelsea owners explore sale options after co-owners relationship breaks down, or whatever that says, something like that. Chelsea, this guy over here on X saying Todd Bowley is believed to be considered selling his shares just over 2 years after he was the public face of the consortium which bought Chelsea. And there's here, Chelsea owner Clearlake Capital sales stance revealed amid blah, blah, blah. Shareholders at loggerheads as Todd Bowley and Clearlake weigh up ownership options from TalkSport. Yeah, it seems a lot of people have been thinking that, there's something going on there. However, it seems reports from several periodicals, including ESPN here, are saying that is not the case. Chelsea's majority, and I don't know, maybe some people would appreciate a sale in that regard. Chelsea's majority shareholder, Clearlake Capital, are not interested in selling their stake amid suggestions of a power battle at the club, sources told ESPN. A report by Bloomberg on Friday claimed that the Blues' most prominent shareholders are exploring options to buy each other out, but sources close to the ownership have told ESPN that Clearlake are solely focused on providing long-term stability at Stamford Bridge. I hope that is correct. They just, lost their CEO after a year. And before that, the CEO, I think his name was Tom Glick, had only been there for 10 months. Not a lot of stability going on. Switching between managers every year. Yeah, it's not exactly the picture of stability. Not a single trophy since they've come in. But, I guess it's $2.5 billion pound project for a company investor group with about $90 billion in assets. Clearlake owns 61.54% of Chelsea, with the remaining 38.46% split between businessmen Todd Bowley, Mark Walter, and Hans-Jörg Wyss, if that's how you pronounce it. Sources told ESPN that while relations between Bowley and Clearlake co-founder Behdad Eghbali have cooled in recent times, their relationship remains professional. Okay? Sources suggested that no direct talks between any individual investor and Clearlake have taken place at time of writing, but Clearlake are open to increasing their stake should the situation arise. Bowley, Eghbali, and Clearlake co-founder Jose E. Feliciano have signed off on all major decisions affecting the club. The consortium completed their takeover in May 2022 after Chelsea were put up for sale following previous owner Roman Abramovich's sanctioning by the United Kingdom government for alleged ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Bowley assumed a prominent role in the first summer following the change of ownership, operating as acting sports director before the club appointed an executive team to lead Chelsea forward. Okay. Really not much there beyond that. Right? That's the situation. It seems Bowley's not going to sell his shares. Look, the club hasn't been the most stable place, and results haven't been exactly what the club wanted. You saw Todd Bowley leave his owner's box before the end of the Man City game. I don't know how he's been, if he's been at the games since, but yeah, it seems when things are not going exactly to plan, there's going to be tension and relationships are going to cool. Apparently Beddad Eghbali and Todd Bowley aren't on the best of terms right now, but it's according to reports. Now we move on. That was the last article on our docket. Now, we are probably just going to peruse some Instagram and see what's going on there with some of our favorite players. Why not? Check it out while the going is still hot. Okay, and notification. Oh, what's that all about? Okay, that's on Facebook. Anyway, okay, we go over here. IG, here we go. Mark Wiu, here, let's check out the stories. Mark Wiu posting a nothing burger of a story. A little bit of a storm wherever he's at, apparently. Whoops. That again. I guess Mark Wiu thinks it's calming. The storm is calming because you got this little emoji here. Calming sounds for Mark Wiu. Yes, Mark Wiu. Be calm. Be calm. Be calm, buddy. Calm during the storm.
Oh my god! How are you doing, man? You okay?
Yo.
Good to see you here. How's everything?
Is that Edu?
You far from here? No, not really far. Don't you? How are you doing, man? You okay? Good to see you here. How's everything? It's good. Okay? You far from here? No, not really far. Don't you?
Arsenal's super happy about this.
You tight? Or you okay? Good. You okay?
They really got a sick deal, let's be real.
We are too.
They got a sick deal at Arsenal.
Really. Trust us. When you see
They're not paying less than half of Sterling's wages.
So we have a
Less than half his wages. We at Chelsea are paying the rest of his wages. The kid's under 30 years old.
Yeah, no, not the guys, to be fair.
That's right.
Yeah, not the guys.
Cool. Let's go there.
Yeah.
It's just about going to be 30 soon on December 8th. Just insane. Just insane, honestly. Just insane. It still annoys me, this whole Sterling deal. How we're paying more than half of his wages. We're paying more than half of his wages to play at London rival. I'm gonna always complain about this. Here's Kendry. Okay, I don't want to play that music because I'm just gonna get hit on the copyright. Maybe a little bit.
Those goosebumps every time.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit on the copyright. Move on to Noni, but Kendry is exciting. Kendry is exciting. Let's see what Noni is posting. Let's check out your post, Noni. Anthony Gordon. Oh, he's just reposting the England. Oh, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, eh? No, not Ruben. I thought that was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Morgan Gibbs-White. Harry Kane. Eze. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't know who that is. Declan Rice. Oh yeah, former Chelsea Academy player. Jordan Pickford. Cute. Grealish. Everybody's favorite defender and Maguire. Leslie. Good old Leslie. David Washington. Player who hasn't really played any minutes. Barely anything for Chelsea. I'm not going to do that. I'll get hit. Ramirez. Cucurea. Cucurea. Come un paella. Juan Mata. Yeah, he went over to Sydney Wanderers recently. Look at all the people. He's feeling love. Up. Good boy. Classy guy. Classy guy. No question. Used to write a lot for the Chelsea periodical. Well spoken. Quite intelligent guy. Quite intelligent guy. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, bro. Thank you all for the well wishes. Cute pup. Always happy with a cute pup. See how his birthday went. Let's see what people think. Miss you, KDHI, Lester. Fans. On to another year of hard work and fulfilling your goals. Happy birthday, Danny. Drink water. Okay, you're mocking people. It was funny, all right? These guys are stale. I mean, people can't take a joke, I guess. Oh, y'all can't see these, can you? Oh, okay, we go back. We go back. Move this over a little bit so y'all can see it better. What else we got? There's usually people are not loving Dewsbury Hall lately. Happy birthday, Chilwell. Same joke twice. It's a lot of pictures of yourself, brother. But he didn't take them. It's obvious he didn't take these. It's his birthday. Give the kid a break. That is a selfie. He has every right to be hype about himself right now, man. He's playing for Chelsea. He's not exactly, let's be real, crazy Chelsea quality. You will get your first call up to the national team this season. Good luck, bro. Good luck with that one. Looking forward to helping you achieve your goals through the power of food. Apparently this guy is Dewsbury Hall's chef. Oh, Vanessa Dewsbury? Is that like his sister or something? All right. We'll go back. Joao Felix. Ooh.
Hey, pokolenie Piaston. My name is Miguel. See you soon on the stadium. Hey, pokolenie.
Okay. Whatever that means. Oh, Thiago Silva. That's that boy. He that guy. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Cesare Casade, one of the players that people don't really know too well, but he has played some minutes for us, and he's not frozen out. That's for sure. He still might see him. David Luiz still playing, eh? Who's he playing for? Who the heck is David Luiz playing for? Pull that up. Flamengo. Ah. So he's probably playing for playing against our boy. Against Palmeiras. Yeah, head to head. Palmeiras. Let's see if Esteval played. Oh, he's not even starting games, David Luiz, for Flamengo? He's on the bench. Shit. Guess Esteval isn't starting games either. He's not. He's not starting games. Is he? What's going on there? Thought he would be. Esteval's not starting games. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe now he is. Oh, These are the results from today. Israel lose 3-1 to Belgium. Italy beats France 3-1. I don't know if any of y'all saw these. Who scored here? DeMarco, Fratesi, Raspadori, Bradley Barcola for France. Who's even playing? I mean, I thought Mbappe's not scoring. Olise getting a start. Conte back in. Conte was one of the dumbest moves for Chelsea, I got to say. Like, why? He left on a free transfer. He was like 31. I mean, yeah, he was getting injured a bit, but on a free transfer, we let him go. He's like literally still one of the best midfielders in the world, although he has a really terrible rating here for FOTMob. That's interesting. Jorginho's not playing for the... Oh, look at Moise Kean still in the mix. He's still pretty young. Damn, 24. He's been on around for a long time. No Jorginho. No Jorginho. Interesting. I thought he was in the side. Okay. Get back to Instagram. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Enzo. Julian Alvarez. Posting some stuff. There he is. People be hating on Enzo lately, eh? I like him. I think he can really do big things. People, I think they're crapping on him too much. Crapping on him too much. Way too much. We'll be happy to have him. I mean, come on. The skills he's got in his drawer, big time. Some of the same stuff. Is that Di Maria? Yeah. Yeah, quality player. JC.
Hello and welcome to the Paddle Travel Club's first ever tournament. I'm Luke Frost.
I'm Amy Boulder.
And we are here tonight at the Paddle Hub in Slough to play a fantastic competitive tournament.
No, not interested, bro. Peter check.
Probably looking at more of an influence the other way, where Czechs coming into the UK and there's
Essien. He's that boy. Caicedo. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Gonna get struck there. Yeah, That's about it. Nothing really there. Not much there. All right, y'all. Seems we have come to the end of any interesting things on the internet to be perusing. And this show is Peruse the News, and there's not much left to peruse. So, one last thing I will remind y'all before we get out of here. Do yourselves a favor, do me a favor, do the channel a favor, like, subscribe, maybe hit the bell so you know when we go live, because we be going live and doing this this little party we've got here quite often these days. Sometimes more fun and exciting and engaging than other times. But we still move on, we still do it, and we're always growing. So I will say thank you for everybody who stopped by. I will say come back again, and until then, live football and prosper, my friends. Peace.
Soccer?
But it's really called football.
Soccer?
The creators called it football.
Soccer?
You know, you play it with your feet.
Reading between the headlines. Soccer?
But it's really called football.